When did your parents' no dating rule completely backfire? My parents had this theory that teenage relationships were basically academic suicide. No dating until college, period. They'd actually written it on our family rules chart stuck to the fridge, right between no phones during dinner and homework before screens. I was 16 and the only junior who'd never been on a single date. Focus on your SATs, Mom would say whenever I mentioned anyone's name twice. Boys are nothing but trouble at your age. Dad would back her up with statistics about teen pregnancy rates and how his high school girlfriend apparently ruined his chances at Yale. I wanted to point out he seemed pretty happy at his state school where he met Mom, but I knew better than to argue. The worst part was how they'd investigate any interaction I had. They'd check my phone nightly, scroll through messages, and call parents to verify study groups. Once, they made me leave my best friend's birthday early because boys appeared in someone's Instagram story. It sucked being the friend who always left early, couldn't attend dances, couldn't join group dates at the mall. But Mom didn't see the downsides of her rule. Instead, she'd brag to her friends saying, "Her grades are excellent because you're not distracted." That's how I ended up in a relationship they never saw coming. Harvey sat next to me in AP chemistry, and when he asked for help with electron configurations, it seemed harmless enough. We met at the library Tuesdays and Thursdays. Completely true, completely allowed. What I didn't mention was how he'd arrive early to save my favorite window spot, how he'd bring homemade sandwiches just because, how we'd share one set of earbuds, listening to music while solving practice problems. Our first kiss happened between the chemistry and biology sections. He'd been explaining molecular bonds, drawing diagrams, when he looked up and said, "Some bonds just happen naturally, you know." My heart nearly stopped. After that, every session became this delicate dance. 1 hour studying, then finding creative ways to be close without getting caught by librarians. He'd trace formulas on my palm. I'd fix his messy hair while pretending to reach for books. We perfected holding hands under tables. We'd been together 8 months, and my parents had no idea. They even liked him because my chemistry grade went from an A- to an A+. But I was still shocked out of my mind when Mom announced one morning, "Invite your study partner to my birthday dinner. It's important to maintain good academic relationships." I nearly choked on my cereal. "Are you sure?" "Of course. The reservation is for 6 anyway." That Saturday, Harvey met us at Mom's favorite Italian place. He shook Dad's hand firmly, pulled out Mom's chair, did everything perfectly. Under the table, his knee found mine. A tiny reminder we weren't alone. Everything seemed normal through appetizers. Harvey asked about Dad's work, complimented Mom's jewelry, acted the perfect guest. Then during the salad course, Mom reached for her water glass and knocked it over completely. "Oh, how clumsy," she laughed, but her words came out thick like her tongue was too heavy. Harvey's knee pressed harder against mine. This time it was urgent, not romantic. I watched him watch her struggle with her napkin, her left hand barely cooperating. "Mrs. Jensen, are you feeling all right?" he asked, just a little tired. She said, words still thick. Harvey didn't look convinced. "Can you smile for me?" "Excuse me?" Dad's voice got sharp. "Please, just smile." When she tried, only the right side of her mouth moved. Harvey was already standing, phone out. "She's having a stroke. Call 911 now." "Don't be dramatic," Dad started. "Sir, look at your wife's face. Really look at it." Dad turned and gasped. Mom's left eye was drooping, her whole left side sagging like it was melting. "Everyone stay calm," Harvey said. "Already on with emergency services. Female, approximately 50, showing clear stroke signs, left-sided facial droop, slurred speech, arm weakness." After he gave our address, he moved around the table, gently supporting Mom's head. "Don't try to stand. Stay with me, okay? Can you squeeze my hand?" He took her right hand. "Good. Now tell me your name." "Susanna," she managed. "Perfect. You're doing great." He looked at me. "Get ice from the waiter. We need to keep her cool." Then to Dad. "When exactly did she start feeling tired? Maybe an hour ago?" Before we left, Harvey never stopped talking to Mom, keeping her conscious and calm. "Your daughter says you love reading. What's your favorite book? Just nod if speaking's hard." He monitored her breathing, tracked her pulse, had me time everything on my phone. The paramedics burst in 4 minutes later. At the hospital, the emergency doctor said Harvey's quick action made all the difference. They'd administered TPA within the golden hour, preventing permanent damage. We all sighed the biggest reliefs of our lives. 3 days later, Mom was home recovering. On day 4, she asked to speak to us alone. The paramedic said you knew exactly where to check pulse points, how to position my head. She said to Tyler, "My grandmother had a stroke. I researched everything." And when the doctor asked how long you'd been together, you said 8 months without hesitating. We froze. "The doctor assumed you were dating. You held hands in the waiting room for 3 hours." She paused. "We're not stupid, just stubborn. We knew you were happier this year." The next week, Tyler came to dinner as my boyfriend. The no dating rule disappeared from the fridge.